Photograph of a carving by John Tyriak. It was a kudlik in the shape of a seal. On his, the kudlik was the body of the seal, and on one end it had the head and the flippers. On the other, it had the tail flippers. After some thinking, I decided to break out my pencil and sketchbook and decided to draw a design of my own. I included a head and body that was in the shape of a kudlik, but I added antlers on the head and I gave it flippers for hands and hooves for feet. Having a sketch to work with, I began to grind, beginning with the basic shape. After all the grinding was completed, and knowing that it's a three-dimensional object, I decided that something needed to be on the back in order for both sides to work together. Making the eyes first, I laid them on the stone to check and see if they were in the correct position. Then, once the inlay was done and they were in position properly, I decided to work the backside, which was the brass that made up the igloos. With the attachment sanded and all detailing complete, the stone is ready to polish. Using water and wet dry emery paper, the stone is brought to a smooth finish. Having the sanding and polishing completed, the wood and stone are then given a sealant. This is to protect it, and it also brings out its natural colors. Because this piece did not come from a story, it was one that I made up as I was working. At the end of it, when my idea was complete and my story was partially done, I did some checking to make sure that some facts were actual, which they turned out to be. Hi, I'm Mike Massie, or Michael. This is my piece, looking out over the big white hill.